Recording so well. Hey, hello, Radhe Radhe. So today is shlok number 10 of Vilāpa-kusumāñjali. देवी ते चरण पद्म दासिकाम विप्र योग भर दाव पावकहि ध्येय मानतर काय वल्लरीम जीवय क्षण निरीक्षणामृतहि. O goddess, I am a maid servant of your lotus-like feet, whose wine-like body burns in the forest fire of separation from you. Please revive me at once with your nectarean glances. Sri Raghunath Das Ji in this Sarupa Vesh is weeping out of separation from Sri Radhe Ji. These feelings of separation are as painful as the high rising flame of a forest. Strongly desiring to see his Praneshwari Radheju, he falls on the bank of Radhakund and anxiously laments. He is unable to go on carrying the burden of his wine-like body that is burning in the fire of separation from Ishwari Radheju, and cries in abode of misery like a desolate orphan. So here, Raghunath Das Ji, when this Leela vision goes out, so he's again started lamenting, and now he's saying, Radheju, please revive me at once only by your nectarian glances. He's saying, I am a desolate orphan. So I think, Radheju, you might have this feeling that I am intangible. I am untouchable person. That's why you took out the vision of your lotus feet from my hands. Okay, it is also okay. But can you see me with your glances? Because I know that nectar is not only coming from your lotus feet, but it is also coming from your glances, from your smile. So actually I am burning, I am dying, and your this nectarian glances can also revive me again. It is very beautiful said, Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram, means Radheju and Thakurji, when you walk, it is also very sweet, full of nectar. When you look at your devotees, it is also full of nectar. When you walk in the streets of Vṛndāvana, that dust is also full of nectar. So here Raghunath Das Ji again praying, Radheju, if you could see me only one time with your nectarian glances, again I can revive. Those who have surrendered to Sri Radheju's lotus feet cannot find consolation in anything of this world anymore. And the reason is because they have tasted very high level of rasa. So the devotee who has tasted this Nikunj Leela Ras will not be agree with any type of luxurious life or any type of taste of this mundane world. He will never be consoled by anything. And in fact, it is said, Tere रस का लगा चस्का जिसको लगता बैकुंठ टीका सा उसको. Shri Kripaluji Maharaj says, once a devotee tastes the Nikunj Leela Ras, then he will not be satisfied with the ras of Vaikuntha even. You know, both places Thakurji is there because Mahavishnu is also another form of Lord Krishna. But there are four difference between Thakurji and Lord Vishnu. What is the difference? Roop Madhuri, first one. Second is Vanshi Madhuri. Third one is Prem Madhuri. And fourth one is Leela Madhuri. So these are the four difference between Golok and Vaikuntha, between Krishna and Lord Vishnu. So Roop Madhuri Thakurji is so beautiful that when he sees his own reflection in the mirror, he gets enchanted by his beauty. So Krishna is the most beautiful. And another one is Vanshi Madhuri. You know, Vanshi Madhuri is very much famous. When Thakurji plays the flute, what happens in the Vrindavan? All the living and non-living thing, they completely change their behavior. Means the gopis, when they listen the Thakurji is playing flute, when they listen, they they become like they were stunned. They stuck where they were. They couldn't move. They become like a tree, and the tree started behaving like dancing after listening the flute. The Yamuna is, this is the nature of the water of Yamuna, that it always flows, but it also stops when it heard the music of Vanshi. And you know what the gopis does when they cook food? There are the stoves made of mud, and they put some wood stick in it. And when the wood stick burns, the food is cooked. So when these wood sticks hear the voice of the flute, they also moistened with because of this rust. So the fire also goes off, the flame also goes off. So this is the I will say this is the miracle, or this is the so much bliss, ecstasy in the sound of the Vanshi of Thakurji, that whenever he plays, everyone forgets its nature. And third one, the main difference between Thakurji and Lord Vishnu is uh, Roop Madhuri, and Prem Madhuri. Prem Madhuri means Thakurji, no one can, as because Shri Krishna loves us very unconditionally, very pure. No one can love us as Krishna loves us. The main reason behind it, because Thakurji is getting this ras from Iladini Shakti Radheju. The source is so amazing, na? For Thakurji is getting this ras from Hiladini Shakti Radheju. That's why Thakurji Prem is so unconditional and so pure. No one can have this love. And and also Rasik devotee says that everyone has like Lord Shiva has this Trishul, and Vishnu has this chakra. Lord Vishnu has this chakra, and everyone has some like things too. But only that this is the only Lord Krishna who always plays that he doesn't need anything to kill any demon. In fact, it is said that he kills the demon only by his smiling. So only by his smile. So it is said that no one can love as Krishna loves to his devotees. And the another one is the last one is the Leela Madhuri. In the Vaikuntha there is no Leela, but with the Krishna there are uncountable. You cannot count Anant Leela, na? Hari Anant, Hari Leela Ananta. Thakurji has uncountable sweet pastimes which are manifested in Vrindavan, which are all even today, which are manifested only seen by the great Rasik devotees who has this divine vision. So there are the four differences between Thakurji and the Lord Vishnu. It is why it is said that the devotee can never find consolation in anything of this world, in fact of the Vaikuntha, if someone has relishes the rasa of līlā-smaraṇa, the Nikunj Leela ras. Their minds and their lives are floating like wooden instruments on the stream of Sri Radheju's sweetness that inundates the whole world. In his Braj Vilas Istav, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami writes, Yan Madhuri Divya Sudha Rasabde Smrateha Kane Nape Ati Lolitam, means my heart becomes very much agitated by remembering even a drop from the divine ocean of their nectarean rasa. The great teachers of devotion say, what is natural for the perfected souls is the target of the aspirant practice. The example given by the great devotional teachers of yore is the compass for the practicing Rasik devotee of the Vrindavan. So it is beautiful what compass is used here, I think compass, all of you know, this is an instrument. It has a very small needle inside it, which always tells us the direction of the north side. So, the great acharyas' teachings, their sadhana, their bhajan, riti, and their stories, and their hari katha also. All these are the compass for all of us, the aspirant devotees. Whatever these great Rasik Acharyas, Guru Jan, Bhaktamal story, Hari Katha, these are like a compass, which is always showing us the direction of the Nikunj. If we always focus on the compass, this spiritual compass, we will definitely get our destination, our ultimate goal of life, the door of Nikunj. We will definitely enter one day if we completely focus on this spiritual compass. So when this example is to be inaugurated, one must awaken one's Sarupavesha. If we follow it, we can also awaken our Sarupavesha by the mercy of Thakurji and Guruji. It is the nature of bodily consciousness that the mind and intelligence remain attached to dull, perishable matter, but the beauty of Sarupavesh has no connection or relation with anything of this material world. Why would such a person like anything in the material world? Raghunath Das ji was as wealthy as Lord Indra. His wife was as beautiful as an angel, but he gave it all up and fully surrendered at the lotus feet of Sri Mahaprabhuji. He says, okay, as all of us know the story of Raghunath Das Ji Maharaj, he was the only child. And can you imagine that at that time, 5 years ago, at that time, because he was the only child and his father annual saving was 8 million. 8 million rupees at that time. It was a big, huge money. Even today, it's a huge money. So at that time, he was the only child. So he was living a very luxurious life. Still, he was saying that if I am acquainted with the whole world, but I am not acquainted with my Thakurji and Radheju, so what is the use of my life? What is the purpose of my life? So that's why he was very much agitated to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji, and one day he ran out from his house. So it is written here, I am acquainted with so many people of this world, but I am not all acquainted with my beloved deity. In his Manah Shiksha, Sri Raghunath Das says, although I managed to give up lust and anger, the shameless dog-eating woman of desire for distinction is still dancing in my heart. How can a beautiful love ever touch my heart then? Pratistha Dhrista Swapach Ramani Me Hriday Nate Kathani Sadhu Prema Spasti Suchir Etan Nanu Manaha. The desire for distinction does not allow the natural love for the lotus feet of the beloved deity to come in the heart. So this is the teaching of Raghunath Das Goswamiji Maharaj, and this is I would say this is the first and the foremost teaching of him, that a devotee should not desire for any distinction. Means a devotee should never desire to accumulate lot of wealth and health and money and prosperity, name, fame. He should never desire for this. There should be only one desire, and I would say that should be the burning desire. How can I acquainted with my beloved deities, Radhiji and Thakurji? When this name, fame, prosperity, and wealth comes, it always leads to the devotee to the decline way. It is written here that if we are running behind name and fame, so how the natural love can arise in our heart? There are many ways to achieve Thakurji by yoga, by karma, and by bhakti. But finally, everyone, the biggest yogi also have to surrender. The biggest, the Uddhav was a very learned man. The Gyani, they also have to be surrendered. So finally, everyone have to come for the bhakti. But many times it comes in the yogi's heart or in the Gyani's heart, if we could get some mystical powers. In fact, when a devotee is very serious, so many mystical powers started coming to him. There was a one big devotee here, so that the mukti comes first. Mukti means the liberation. So mukti comes to that devotee. He say, Baba, I want to be your disciple. Baba say, who are you? He say, I am mukti. Mukti means I am liberation. I provide mukti. You will be free from this mundane world. Baba say, just go out from here. He say, why? Because if I get you, then I will never find the rust of the service of my Priya Priyatam, if I get you. Once a person is liberated, can never enter in the Nikunj because that person is liberated. So mukti, devotee should never ask for the mukti. And also, so nobody was accepting mukti here in Vṛndāvana. So mukti became very much displeased and she was very sad. And she went to Lord Krishna and says, very beautiful it is verse, मुक्ति कहे गोपाल सो मेरी मुक्ति बताए ब्रजरज उड़ी मस्तक लगे मुक्ति मुक्त है जाए. So this liberation was asking Thakurji, your all the devotees, they are not accepting me. They are always insulting me. So, but if your devotees are insulting me, so how will I get liberated? I can liberate anyone, but how will I get liberated? So you also tell me the solution. Thakurji says, Mukti, you go to Vrindavan, there's so much dust is flowing all the time. When it touches to your forehead, you will also get liberated. So this is the glory of the dust of Vrindavan, that even the dust can also liberate us. But devotees never is asking for the mukti or liberation. Otherwise, that person would be deprived from the service of Priya Priyatam. And sometimes one thing also come in the mind, because when we start doing bhakti, so many mystical powers also come. This is called the siddhis, na? Anima, Lagima, Garima, many types, 8 types of siddhis are there. So in this way, a devotee can show many miracles and attract many, many people. So, one day, this Gyaneshwar was the biggest yogi at that time. And he met with the Namdev. Namdev was a great devotee of Thakurji and Kishoriji. And then Gyaneshwarji told, so I'm going on pilgrimage. Would you come with me? And Namdevji was so soft-hearted person. He said, okay, I come with you. So after a few days, he reached to a desert. Desert means desert is considered to be a very hot area. There is no water. There is less possibility of water there. So actually, they were so much thirsty, and they were walking and walking. Suddenly, they found there is a well, but the water level is very deep. There is it is very impossible to get water from it because there is no rope, there is no bucket. So at that time, because Gyaneshwarji was the biggest yogi, so what he did with the help of mystical powers, he made his weight very he made his body very tiny or very small, and he become very lightweighted. He goes down in the well, he drank water, and he came up very easily. And and Namdevji was standing there, and he was chanting only Radhe Radhe. So he ridiculing on him. So what will you do, Namdev? How will you quench your thirst? Because you have not learned any siddhi, na? You do not have any mystical power. So how will you get water now? So when Gyaneshwarji was ridiculing Sri Namdevji, so Thakurji could not tolerate that someone is ridiculing on my bhakt. At that time, when Gyaneshwarji was telling in this way, they saw the level of water come up to its boundary. The well was completely filled with water, and by seeing it, Namdevji started crying. He took water in his in his palm and he drank. And he says, Thakurji, why you did so much hard work for me? So Narad, in Narad Bhakti Darshan, it is said, Yal labdava puman siddho bhavati. The person, the devotee who is doing bhakti, he has no need to chase bhakti. But Thakurji works for him as bhakti. So a devotee never asks for the siddhis, because if this desire of pratishtha, if this desire of the siddhis come in the mind, then these siddhi will never allow anybody else to get that natural love of Priya Priyatam. So we should always be avoid of these siddhis or the distinction, name, fame, and all these things which deprive us from the way of bhakti. So the root cause of this pollution is the identification with the material body. In his Swarupa Vesha, the aspirant must certainly experience, I do not have any more, but else you in this world, unless one thing like that, one cannot proceed toward the lotus feet of the beloved deity. Out of eagerness for this beloved deity, the practicing devotee cannot sit quietly. He feels like a deer pierced by an arrow, so he eagerly comes to Vṛndāvana, hoping to catch a glimpse of his beloved. Srila Narottam Das Ṭhākura also sung like this. Do you know? This is the eagerness who bring the devotees here in Vrindavan, because every devotee has this greediness or this desire. If I visit Vrindavan, I must get one glimpse of Thakurji and Radheju. And and I ensure all the devotees, if they come with this eagerness, that they could catch the glimpse. This is by the mercy of Radheju. They will get at least one miracle of their life. It can be in any form. They feel it. Thakurji make them realize, because you have come to my place, Vrindavan. So as a gift, they give them realize you can get like any incident will happen with you and you will feel, okay, this is a mercy of Thakurji and Radheji. It definitely happens. And I would say that all the Rasik Acharyas, all the Gurus, and whoever they are, like in fact, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji himself, he also visited Vrindavan. Shri Kripaluji Maharaj also visited Vrindavan. Shri Narayana Maharaj ji also visited Vrindavan. Every Acharyas, Guruji, Shri Raghunath Das ji also visited. Shri Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami ji, so everyone visited in Vrindavan, I would say, and all of you also visited Vrindavan with this eagerness. So the eagerness is very much important. So whenever a devotee comes with this desire or with this eagerness that I could catch the glimpse of my Priya Priyatam, I would say definitely he or she would catch something extraordinary, something phenomenal. Definitely they will get. So here also Narottam Das Ṭhākura is also singing. Sukhmaya Vṛndāvana Kaube Hobe Darshana. Sei Dhuli Makhivo Kaube Gaya. When will I see blissful Vrindavan and smear its dust on my body? When can I lovingly roll around there, chanting the name of Radha Krishna and weeping profusely? You know, this there is a miracle in the dust of Vrindavan. Mostly devotees, they roll in the dust of Vrindavan and they get a, I would say, invigorated. They get this feeling that that really Priya Priyatam is somewhere else here. They catch something very divine here when they rolls in the dust of Sri Vrindavan. So here is Narottam Das Ṭhākura is also desiring for this. Again, he is saying, I will go to the solitary arbors and fail flat on the ground, crying out, O Lord of Radheju, when will I go to the bank of Yamuna, touch her waters, and drink it with the cups of my hand palms? When can I go to the circle of Rasa dance and roll around there? When will I become most happy by getting shaded by the Vanshivat tree, and when can I stay in that shade? So, Vanshivat is, it is 5 minutes walking distance from my house, very close to Yamunaji. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji comes here in Vṛndāvana, first of all, he went to the Vanshivat. So Vanshivat is the Rasasthali. This is the same tree, same Vanshivat that Maharasasthali, when this Maharaj was manifested on the day of Sharad Purnima. This is the same place. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji also visited it first time. And Imlitala is also very close to it. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji came to Imlitala. And I also share some beautiful picture of Vanshivat here. This is the divine tree. The people say this is from that time, this tree where the Maharaj was held. And he says, again, he is doing the prayer. When can I fill my eyes with the view of Govardhan Hill? When can I live at Radha Kund? The lovely Narottam Das sings, when will my body while I wander around there? you know everyone is crying for the Govardhan Hill also. So I would say that this Govardhan Hill is not Govardhan Shila. This is not an ordinary stone. This is Govardhan Shila is another form of Lord Krishna, na? So this Shankaracharya, I think, yeah, this is Shankaracharya who presented this Govardhan Shila to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji when he came to here to visit Vrindavan. He had brought this one Govardhan Shila from here, from Vrindavan to Nilachal to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji, and presented him. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji got this Govardhan Shila, he took his he placed this Govardhan Shila on his heart. And the Shila was mostly time it was moistened by the tears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji. He did the worship of this Govardhan Shila with so much love and care. All the time he was crying. He smells this Govardhan Shila many times, and he used to say, this is not a stone, this is the Thakurji himself, this is Krishna himself. And after doing this wonderful worship of this Govardhan Shila, he presented it, gifted it to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ji, and told him that this is Krishna himself, and you do his worship with so much love and care. So, mostly devotees, they also cry, either you cry for name, or you cry for Leela, or you cry for service of Priya Priyatam, or you cry for the Govardhan, or you cry for Vṛndāvana. This is the one thing. This is same. If you have a great attachment of anyone from these 5 things, like Vrindavan, Govardhan Shila, or with the name, or with the sweet pastimes, or with the līlā-smaraṇa, any one of these, if you have an attachment of any one of these, you will definitely get the service of Priya Priyata. So here, Sri Narottam Das is crying to get the view of Govardhan Hill. And he is saying, when will my body fall while I wander around there? Sripad Prabodhanand Saraswati has said, Kada Shyam Shri Radhe Chakit Iha Vrindavan Bhumi. This is the Prabodhanand Saraswati who wrote Shri Vrindavan Mahimamritam also. He says, Ha Radhe, when can I live in Vrindavan in great astonishment, remembering the wave of your nectarean pastimes? When will I look all around of you, thinking now you have come? I understand. I am getting it. This eagerness of experience will swiftly bring the Leela before the eyes. So this eagerness, this yearning is very much necessary. Many of us has desire, oh Thakurji, Radheju, when will I get the service in your Nikunj? But it will not work. The desire should be the burning desire. That yearning is the longing for this rest is very much necessary. So now there is a beautiful story of Rāmakṛṣṇa Paramahaṁsa disciple. He comes to Rāmakṛṣṇa Paramahaṁsa and say, Guruji, you just tell me how can I attain Thakurji? You just tell me because Ramakrishna Paramahaṁsa was a great devotee of goddess Kalima. He used to talk with Kalima as I'm talking with you. In fact, I'm talking to you on Zoom. He was talking with him directly, face to face. He used to talk with Kalima. So his disciple says, I also want to meet with Thakurji. Can you tell me what sadhana I should do? Then Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, you should have the burning desire. You should increase your yearning for Thakurji, and definitely you will get it. Because many people, they cry for, he used to say many people cry for their relatives so much for the whole of their life due to the pain. Sometimes they miss them, and sometimes because of other issues they cry a lot in their grahastha jivan. And but no one cry half of it to Shri, to for Radheji and Thakurji. If someone cries half of it, then it is impossible that Thakurji would not come. Thakurji would definitely come, but no one is crying for Thakurji. Either we are crying for 1 minute or 2 minutes, that's it. That if someone cries like Raghunath Das ji is crying, Thakurji would definitely uh, meet with us. So this devotee was asking, no, you tell me how can I increase my desire? How can I increase my yearning for Thakurji? He said, okay, tomorrow I will give you the reply in a very practical way. So he couldn't understand, but next day he went to also to take bath in the Ganges, and Ramakrishna Paramahansa was already there. When they were bathing, suddenly Ramakrishna Paramahansa took his hold his hair and he dipped him very down into the water. And he started, as he was so much agitated to take breath at that time. He was moving his hands, and he was trying to to take out from his grip also. He was he was feeling that he would die in 1 or 2 seconds. Immediately Ramkish Paramji left him, and when he came out from the water, he was taking such a long breath. Oh my god, I would have died today. So Ramkish Paramahansa asked, so what were you feeling when I dipped you to the water, when you were uh, like fighting to take breath? What were you thinking? He said, I was just thinking somehow I could take only one breath. I was thinking only about the breathing process at that time. And then Ramkish Paramahansa says, yes, when you were have this burning desire, only this is my last breath, and when you will call Thakurji, feeling that it is your last breath, and what will be your, like, the this is called the art pukar, how will you cry at that time? As you were crying, as you were agitated, you were so much restless to take breath. As you will become restless in this mundane world, that time you will achieve Thakurji. Immediately you will achieve. But is this restless is coming? No, nothing. We are watching movies, sometimes we are going to market, or we are sleeping very nicely. So we are not so much caring about, no, okay, we have this desire, one day we will get it, but we should have this burning desire, only then it will work. So this eagerness for experience will swiftly bring the leelas before the eyes. Although I am living in Vṛndāvana, I don't experience anything. I have so many things to say about it, but actually my heart is empty. I want to get some results from my life of devotional practice. Even if I can just spend my time with the hope that you are my mistress, then I will attain you. Further, Sri Raghunath Das ji is saying, Devi, Te Charna Padma Dasikam. O Goddess Sri Radheju, I am a maid servant of your lotus feet. The wine-like body of this fallen maid servant is totally burning in the forest fire of separation from you. My mind is surrendered to you. Yayan ma nantara kaya vallarihi. Then it is as if Swamini asks, oh, isn't your heart eager for me? Then how can you attain me? She is the limitless ocean of compassion, and she knows very well how to take her maid servant to her lotus feet by making them eager for her. How much she relishes the eager lamentations of her loving devotees. The maid servant is very eager, and Swamini takes Shyam Sundar alone to listen her lamentations. The Lord enjoy the flavor of devotion. Shri Krishna told Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, I am with you and I am very happy to hear your lamentation of separation from me. So it is saying here that Radheju is asking, are you eager to meet with me? If you are not eager, so how will I come to meet you? And when the devotee is crying, is lamenting, weeping out of separation so much profusely, then Thakurji and Radheju relish this lamenting rasna. They become very happy because they know that this lamenting is cleansing the heart. And then Priya Priyatam can play their Leela in his heart. So not only the Radheju, but also Thakurji also relish the rest of this lamentations. So Thakurji also says to Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, I am with you, but I like to hear this lamentations. Na? So there is a beautiful Leela. Once Thakurji and Radheji was sleeping in the Nikunj. Suddenly, in the midnight, Thakurji sneaks away from the Kunj. And Radheji look at this, but she didn't tell anything. But next day, in the midnight, when Thakurji was going, Radheji gets up and she says, Thakurji, I will also go with you. Where are you going? Thakurji says, you take rest. I'm just going for 1 or half hour and I will come back. He said, no, I will also go with you. You just tell me where are you going. Thakurji says, in the midnight, my bhakt is crying for me and I relish that rest of lamenting. So Radheji says, I also want to see that devotee. I also relish this rasa. So Thakurji and Radheji go towards the bhajan kutia of Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, and the Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura was completely blind. He was completely blind, but he cries a lot. And Thakurji say, Radheji, you are coming with me, but you just do one promise with me that you will not bestow mercy, you will not talk to him, you will not give darshan, and you will also not order me to bestow mercy at that time. But you sit there quietly, silently, and relish the rest of his eagerness. Radheji say, I promise I will not do anything. I also want to darshan. I also want to take the darshan of this sweet devotee. And when they reach, Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura was trying a lot. He was weeping so much because of this separation. And suddenly he started singing a bhajan. And Radheju and Thakurji engrossed in this bhajan so much. Radheju became very much pleased. It was not such a beautiful. He was not a musician actually, not a singer, but his bhav was so that pain was coming in his bhajan, and Radheju's eyes also filled with tear, and he says, Krishna, please, you bestow mercy. At least you tell Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura that you have come here. Thakurji say, I already told you, Radheju, just sit silently. I also like to listen his beautiful words, his bhajan always. So I always come here. If you tell anything here, he would know. And if he would know, then he will feel the union of us with him, and this bhav will goes out. So please sit here silently. Radhuji says, okay. And now when the bhajan is over, then this Baba took his stick and he started going towards the Yamuna ji. And Radheji is saying, Krishna, look, he cannot see, na, so you should help me. Thakurji says, no, he can do his work by himself, so you have no need to worry so much. Radheji look with Thakurji with a little with this in a sulky mood and say, how cruel you are! You very tough heart you are, Krishna. You are. I was thinking that you have so much, like you are very soft heart, but you are so cruel. Means you are watching so much lamenting and he's crying. He has no eyes. Means how alone he is going with his stick, and still you are not ready to help him. At least you speak some beautiful words to him. he would be relaxed. Thakur is saying, no, Radheju, we have to go in the temple. The pujari is going to be open this very soon, and we have to be present there. So many devotees are coming there. Radheju says, no, no, no. I would check if this devotee is reaching to the Yamunaji or not. I would be stay here. So Thakurji say, okay. So Thakurji and Radheji is going. And suddenly Radheji saw there is a big dig and this Baba may fall down. Radheji said, Krishna, please leave help him, otherwise this Baba will fall down. Thakurji said, no, you have no need to worry. When Thakurji and Radheji has this sweet argument, that time Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, he fall down. And he was just crying, Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe. And Radhe just told, I was telling you he would fall down. Now you help him. Thakurji say, you have no need to help him. The Brajvasis will come and they will help. Oh, Krishna, my God, why are you becoming so not tough at this time? You should help him. Thakurji say, if I touch him, if I give him my hand, I pull him, he would know. He's very smart. His senses are working so smartly. He has no eyes, but he can feel my touch. Because Thakurji, he's a great devotee. Radheju says, okay, then you have this shawl, Pitambar, or this Kali Kamri, mostly Thakurji keep on his shoulder. You say, you drop this shawl in this dick and he will come. Thakurji says, okay. Then Thakurji put up his shawl and gave it to the Babaji. And he said, Babaji, you hold this, my shawl, and you come up with it. So when this Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura listened the voice of Thakurji, he started crying. He felt that this is the voice of my Krishna, definitely. And when he comes out, there's so many ideas is coming in Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura. He is thinking, as I come up with the help of this shawl, I will definitely catch my Krishna. And when he comes up, he left the shawl and he tried to catch Krishna, and Krishna jumped quickly and he fall down on the ground. So whatever comes in his hand, it was the Radheju's lotus. He grasped it so tightly, but Thakurji pulls the hand of Radheju and it was on the only anchor belt in his hand. And he kept this anchor bells. He knew that this is the anchor bell of my Kishori. He cries a lot. He keeps near his heart. And he was so much relaxed. He was thinking, one day my Priya Priyatam would definitely come to get this. And when Radheju and Thakurji was going, suddenly Radheju stops and says, Krishna, where is my another anchor bell? I have only one. Thakurji said, do not worry. Now let's go to the temple. It is going to be open. I will give you another one. No, no, no. I want the same one because it was given by my Sakhi. So I want the same one because it was the planning of Radheju. When Radheju will go there, then he will get his darshan. So Radheju say, no, 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 Krishna, I want the same one anchor bell. So Thakurji say, okay, you stop there, you will not go. Okay, I am going and I will try to convince him and I will get your anchor bell from him. And Thakurji ke Babaji, you have that one anchor bell. This is the anchor bell of my beloved. So does he say, who are you? Thakurji says, no, actually I was passing from here and this my beloved anchor bells fall down somewhere and I think this is the same one. He said, no, no, no. How do I believe you? This is the anchor bell of that girl who was helping me with with her beloved lover. So I will give only to that girl. First, I will recognize it. If it is matching with that another anchor bell, only then I will give. Thakurji comes to Radheju back and he said, Radheju, he is so smart. He is not ready to give him. He is saying, when you will show the another anchor bell, he will check it. Then if it is matches, he will give you. So Radheju says, so what's problem? What is the problem? I go with you. And Thakurji understand that this is a way of bestowing mercy over him. So Thakurji say, okay, let's go. When both of they reach there, Radheju says, Baba, this is my anchor bell. Please give it to me. Thakurji says, Lali, but how do I believe this is yours? So Radheju say, you can check. So Baba say, I do not have eyes. I do not have any vision. If you place your lotus feet in my hand, then I can match it with I can match the design. Only then. So in one hand he has the anchor belt, another hand he just put in this bag like he's begging to Radheju, and Radheju put his lotus foot over the head. And as he get the touch of Radheju, oh, with so much bliss, he started crying. And Thakurji saying, Baba, why are you crying? You just give it. Then Baba says, but how do I recognize, Already in one hand it is full because it is anchor well and it is here, the hand, your lotus foot is here. If you could place your lotus foot here, so I can recognize, I can check with my hand because it is already filled. So Radheju placed his lotus foot over his forehead. You know what is happening? The foot sole was here up to coming here, and when Radheju kept his lotus foot on Bilvamangal's forehead, he started crying. Like in this way, he was anointing Radheju's lotus foot at this time. He was crying a lot and he was touching and he said, yes, this is my Swamini's lotus anchor, feet anchor bells. And he says, my Swamini ji, you take it. And when Radheju takes it, he said, Baba, you have returned my anchor bell. If you want anything, I will provide you. He said, I do not want anything, my Swamini. But Radheju was insisting again and again. Thakurji says, Radheju, let's go. Why? He's satisfied now. You like just go with me. Radheju says, no, Baba, any desire. He say, if you can fulfill my one desire, I want to see both of you. And then Radheji put her red hand, lotus hand, right lotus hand, and Thakurji put his left lotus hand over his eyes, and he could get the vision. As he saw Thakurji and Radheji, he was crying a lot, and he fainted at that time. Radheji put his moves very, she pets on her forehead and said, Baba, you ask anything if you desire because we are going now. Thakurji says, yes, one more desire. You take out this vision back. Say, but Baba, why are you saying it? He said, because I have seen my Priya Priyatam, beautiful Priya Priyatam. I do not want to see anything else. Please, please, you just bestow your mercy and you take out my vision. And Radheji becomes so helpless. And Thakurji said, this is the wish of my devotee. He's feeling so happiness because he has catches our glimpse and it is closed in the mansion of his heart. So he doesn't need the eyes, the vision of this outer world. Na? So Radheju smiles at that times and Priya Priyatam went from there. And this Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura was crying and crying because he has seen such a beautiful glimpse of Priya Priyatam. He says, I have got everything today. I got the reward of my bhakti, and he laments there. And Thakurji relishes the lament of the devotees' heart. So he says, Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, I am with you, and I am very happy to hear your lamentation of separation from me. Since your words delighted my ears so much, I will call your book Krishna Karnamritam. This is a book written by Sri Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura, and Thakurji says, I will call your book Krishna Karnamritam because this is the nectar for my ears. You're lamenting, when you were lamenting and shloks were coming from your heart, it is like a nectar to my ears. So I will call your book name Krishna Karnamritam. Sri Raghunath Das ji anxiety Sri Raghunath Das ji anxiety is heartrending. His wine-like body burns in a great forest fire of love in separation. He cannot survive anymore without submitting this. I am a maidservant of your lotus feet. That soothed even Shyam Sundar's afflicted heart when he takes them to his chest. The wine-like body of this fallen maidservant is burning in the forest fire of separation from you. Please, Radheju, once you revive me with your nectarean glance. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ji is Nitya Siddha, means eternally perfect devotee, but the eagerness of sadhan siddhas, the devotee who have attained the perfection of love of God in this lifetime is also wonderful. Sri Krishna Das Babaji, who lived in Govardhan, who he also praised like Sri Raghunath Das Goswami ji. So actually in the coming paragraph, a new Leela is going to start, Nikunj Leela. So I think I should stop here, because in our next satsang, which is going to be held on Monday, I think, then I will explain this Leela again. This new Leela is going to happen. So it will be mixed with the Bhav. So I want to end up with this shloka here. Is it okay? Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, yes. Very, very okay.
Radhe.
Thanks.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
This was very sweet version of Bilvamaṅgala Ṭhākura.
Yes, yes. Actually, I was thinking that one day I will also start Krishna Karnamritam, but let it finish now. Vilāpa-kusumāñjali. So many things are going.
Only 100 verses left.
Oh my God. Yes. This is so big. So when it is over, then we can start another Krishna Karnamrita. When you know how beautifully shlokas explanation would be there, which are giving nectar to the ears of Thakurji. So one day we will start also that one. But this is also very beautiful, Vilāpa-kusumāñjali. Very beautiful.
Yes.
May I ask a question also on the beautiful what you said? I was wondering, Pratibha, this is a thought I sometimes often have. This is when it is mentioned that we have to increase this burning desire. And then I always think, can we really increase it, or is it not given? Is it not kripa that we can feel like that? Because I was wondering, or if I know someone like my wonderful husband, if he goes away, then I can feel, oh, I miss him, because I know him. But I'm a baby bhakta and I don't know Radha Krishna. So how can I really have these feelings? So I always wonder, are these feelings not somehow, I'm not depending on kripa to start to feel like that? I cannot increase that myself.
Okay. So first of all, here kripa comes when we do sadhana. So we should not depend on kripa also, because Thakur Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji says, sadhan bina sadhi kabau na mile. First we have to do sadhana and later we can get kripa. And of course, after mercy we can achieve Thakurji, or we will get this rest of separation. But before it, the question is, will I also be like lament, or I will also have this desire or this yearning for Thakurji? Yes. So what is, nobody knows Thakurji and Radheju, because we have the material mind. But what happens when we do the satsang again and again and again, the listens a story of the saints of Braj, and when we listen the sweet pastime of Radha Krishna, at that time this Shraddha comes out, the faith comes from these rasic devotees stories, the faith arise. And when this faith, this is the faith that you come to Vṛndāvana. So yes, that spark is there. That has to become in an enormous big form. So spark is already there. So you have to nurture that spark. How? You have to do as much as association of the rasic devotees. You should chant as much as you can. And the most important thing, if you are not getting that feeling, which I know you have already, I have seen you many times. So the very simple way is we have to sit silently and cry and beg for this rest to Radheji and Thakurji. The Thakurji, I am not feeling anything separation for you. I am not getting that desire that you are very far from me. I have not any wish to do seva in the Nikunj, but I have this wish that this is good for my life. This is the ultimate goal of life, which I have heard during the satsang. So this prayer will work definitely, because every Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji says that first we have to make the desire. It can be a very small desire, and then Thakur ji will bestow mercy. You know, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ji says this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is such a pious name that it nobody that you do not think that I am singing it just by my effort, okay, because I say okay I can chant Hare Krishna, so I am chanting. No, this is the mercy of Thakur ji that this name is dancing in my tongue, over my tongue, okay. But first I took this little desire, Thakur ji, I want to chant this one mala. So there is little desire must be there, and then Thakur ji will make the huge tree of this desire. Yeah. Why did you come to Vṛndāvana? You can go to Spain or France, or you can go to America, London also. But you visited in Vṛndāvana having so much, like not getting educated, I will say the proper facilities here. Still you come to Vṛndāvana. Without slipper or shoes, you are doing the parikrama of Govardhan and Vrindavan, because there is something inside the heart. So that simple desire will be like a big tree, and one day you will cry a lot. So for this, nurturing this desire, these satsang are made, these malas are very necessary. Go and do this Nam Sankirtan as much as you can. Read the books of like Bhaktamal or the Saints of Braj. And also if you have, also you should consume the little bit the particle of the dust of Shri Vrindavan Dham. Whenever you come here, you also take this one bottle of the dust and Yamuna water also from here. So all these things helps always. And if you cannot do anything, just cry before Thakurji and Radheji how my desire will arise. So it will help in that way. Do not worry. This question is coming, it means there is desire.
Thank you.
I also would like to add something to this.
Yes.
When you say you don't know Krishna and Rādhā, no? I mean, my experience is now with this book, with Vilāpa-kusumāñjali, and these many verses which are there from other devotees like Narottam Das Thakur, everything what he's quoting, Ananda Das Babaji. No? I learned so much about the features, the qualities of Radha and Krishna, also how they look. No? So often it's described how they are looking, how their form is, what movements they are doing. And I was so much soaked into it recently that I was in a park and I was chanting, and then suddenly I saw the trees like Radha and Krishna. I posted it on Facebook. Maybe you have seen it. You have seen it? No.
I have.
It was so amazing. These forms of the trees, they were so little softly bended, no? Like this, like a person who is dancing or moving in a very, very elegant way. And it was so much bath there. I was thinking, this is like Radha and Krishna are looking. No? This must be, it was so sweet, so elegant, so aesthetic, and such harmonious movements. I never saw trees like this before. No? And now, today or yesterday, I tried to see like this. It was not possible. No? But this point was that because I was reading this Vāṇi here, this holy book, somehow it reminded me on this movements of Radha and Krishna and how their form may look like. And this was really amazing. And so this is somehow a way to learn. We are learning who Krishna and Radha are. So by our satsang, by our bhajan, and so no? So, and your desire is there definitely, as we see. So, and also everything what Pratibha mentioned. No, this is like it works.
Yeah. So we feel it. The more we feel, the more we will receive mercy. This is the way of mercy. The more we feel, the more we started getting from Thakurji and Radhaji. Because they know that this devotee is so helpless and asking for the desire, Thakurji definitely provide. But we should have that longing first. Okay, till then, Radhe Radhe.
Okay,
Thank you, Radhe,
Thank you
Radhe.
so much for this wonderful class. Thank you.
Jaga jana